Good evening, YouTube. This is Ian and Jane do the Edinburgh Fringe. If you've not seen this before, there's nearly 30 videos on the channel, all reviews, a lot of them 5 and 4 stars,
Yep.
a few 3s. And this is show 3 of day 8. And this was the Hippie from Grimsby. Now, we spent most of the day at the Green Side in George Street, and we found their press lounge, and we were having a cup of tea, and this gentleman came in and we just started chatting, and he was Brayden, not
Brayden
or Brendan or
Brayden.
Yes, Brayden Kerr. And he is doing a show called Hippie from Grimsby. And I said, you really are from Grimsby? He said, yes. I said, I'm from York. He said, we're not that far away. We're only an hour away from each other. And then we were trying to find a time when we could actually go and see Brayden's show. And actually the only time we could go and see it was tonight. So we managed to see it. So his show was at 7:45 at the Greenside Studios. And it's comedy, dance, alternative comedy. And we'll read the little bit of synopsis. Do you want to read that?
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
So, a comical blend of balanced chaos and aligned lunacy. The stories of a modern day hippie, a funky wizard, a professor of funk, but most of all, an insanely wild and must-see comedian. I wonder who wrote this. Brayden's journey to peace and balance comes in the form of wild, physical and electrifyingly raw comedy with stories, dances, songs, props and some of the most ridiculous outfits you can imagine. It's a must-see. Becoming hippie in this day and age is frowned upon. Doing it in Grimsby might just be the craziest thing you can try.
So, it's very difficult to describe the show, really.
Yep.
I mean, he's got lots of props all around him. There's a flip chart with some stuff on. And, I mean, what did you think about it?
Well, I don't think I've ever met anybody with so much energy
Oh, gosh, yeah.
as
Yeah.
Brayden has got.
Yeah.
And he was just so positive about everything.
Yeah.
I mean, though he did confess to having moments where he was stretched,
Yeah.
but Namaste helps him.
Yeah.
And he had written, and I was trying to remember some of the words on the flip chart. But basically, at all point I can't.
No.
It boils down to positive energy. And that's his philosophy in life. And he just talked and bounced
And made us laugh.
Made us laugh.
It was a very, I mean, sadly for him, it was a very small audience.
Yeah.
I think there was 5 of us. We had
I think
5 of us on for run and 2 people
yeah,
in the back.
yeah. So there's about 7 in
of
all.
us.
Yeah,
And apparently he'd said he'd only had 4 yesterday, which was a shame.
yeah, yeah.
And I think he deserves much bigger audiences than that, because I mean, I did really. I laughed quite. I laughed a lot, actually.
Yeah, I do.
And what I really liked was he was very adaptable. I mean, we had interaction with us on the front row. There was about 5 of us on the front row, and we swapped names and things like that. And he'd ask us questions. But he was very adaptable to change, to think when things were slightly maybe going to fall flat. And not all of his jokes hit home.
No.
Can't say I liked every joke.
No.
Some of them, and I did think once or twice that maybe he should change that little bit. I mean, there were little bits. I'm not talking about changing, lots of it. But he'll know the bits that didn't quite hit home.
Because he almost sort of said things and said, "Ooh,"
Yeah, that
like that.
And he did. He did. I mean, he was doing a bit on Star Wars, and he said to me, and he was talking about the Phantom Menace being the best film ever. And I'm going like, "Oh no!" And we had a bit, and it was really quite funny. We had a bit of a dialogue about the fact that we like the original Star Wars movies, and he likes the prequels. I think I just lost the light.
Oh.
Typical, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sorry about that. We just lost the light. So yeah, I thought he was the material was adaptable. There was lots going on throughout the whole.
You know, and so it was interesting. I mean, at one point he started talking about your chakra, which, you know, and he did a little bit of explanation because somebody knew what it was. I heard about it, but I couldn't remember what it was. I knew it was sort of part of a philosophy, but anyway, didn't matter. And then he went through that. So it was a mix of his life, funny stories, but sort of he was genuine about how he tried to live his life, and you know, the philosophy behind all of that, and touching a bit on religion, and but not in a heavy way at all. It was, you know, the time went incredibly quickly. I mean, didn't slow. The pace just kept up, and it was interesting.
And I thought he was really good. I really liked him.
Yeah,
it's
and he's a bit wacky, but
he is wacky.
But we like
wacky.
Yeah.
So is that like? No,
yeah.
I'm worried about the camera. I've just dropped the camera. No, I thought he was. He deserves much bigger audiences than he's getting, really, and hopefully that'll help. But he's only on until the 10th.
Yeah, which is a shame. I mean,
I
don't know. Is it the title? I mean, but why?
Well, it's difficult to know why some shows hit with certain people and other shows don't. You know, so.
I'm really pleased, you know, because it was sort of fairly random.
It was random. We just bumped into each other, and actually, what was really weird, we kept bumping into each other. I even saw him in the toilet before we went up. He said, and he said we've got to stop meeting like this, you know, because. And he was in the bar at one point, and so we've sort of bumped into each other off and on all day. No, I thought he was great actually, and I would definitely go see him again. So we'll keep an eye out for him in future fringes. So you don't have long. It's on at 7:45 for the next 2 nights. So this video will go up tomorrow morning, which is the 9th, and you've got the 9th and the 10th to see him. So, but I mean, he's certainly around Yorkshire he gigs. So you may get a chance to see him at other things. He maybe tours. So you know, keep an eye out for him is what I would say. And even if you don't get to see him here.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. No, how many stars are you going?
How many stars? I'm going to go for 4.
Yeah, I'll join you with 4.
Yeah. I thought it was really good. Yeah, so fantastic. Let's just quickly tell you how much it is. So full price is £8. And then students pay 7. That's the way it works. Okay, so for an hour, it's a good price and a good show. Yeah, definitely. So we'll see you shortly for our last show of the day. Okay. So do you want to? Oh,
the little
chair thing.
Yeah. This is nothing to do with his show
at all, but
it's just we keep forgetting to say it to camera. On more than one occasion, we've gone into the venue and there's been as much as a whole row, often not the front row, but the other day it was the whole of the second row.
That wasn't at Greenside.
No, sorry.
It's worth mentioning. We've seen this at Greenside. We saw it at another show earlier today, which we forgot to mention. And we've seen it at the Pleasance. So the row that Jane was talking about was a show at the Pleasance. At the Greenside, I think there was 6 seats allocated that were reserved. Now we didn't know whether they were reserved for press or who. In both cases, they have been reserved for staff
who wait to see if there's any space. So they wait till the end.
But they're reserved, so they aren't waiting to receive the.
No, so a whole second row was blocked out, and we just felt that was not on. No. Whereas tonight we saw a whole load of people waiting, staff waiting. And I mean, we're not against them getting comps.
No.
Absolutely, that's not the issue. But they all came in at the end, and then they went, they took the last seats.
That's right at the back.
And they were at the back.
I think our issue is, when you have paying customers and the second row of a show
that is sold out,
more
or less.
Is then blocked off for staff, isn't on.
No. No, that seems very strange.
And like I say, we've seen it at Greenside, less, but we have seen it, and then we've seen it at the Pleasance as well. So it's just something that we wanted to raise, really. We think that's slightly out of order.
I mean, it does seem not quite right that seats at the front are left, are blocked out.
For paying customers.
Yeah. And, because it should be those seats which are left.
Yeah, and then those are usually the seats
and then,
at the back.
then they know how many are left, and then those people can get in. That's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
But, we don't quite understand why things are being reserved
For them. Yeah, we noticed it first yesterday.
We'd noticed it quite a lot, so we would mention it.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks so much for watching. One more video, one more review to do today. We'll see you shortly.
Okay.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.